Hello, boys and girls. This is AnderZEL, of course, and welcome to another Cooking with AnderZEL, or maybe a little bit of cooking. I was shaking my down part area there for a second. So today we are going to make smörgås cake, or actually sandwich cake, I guess would be the proper translation, but you call it smörgåstårta in Swedish. It is quite interesting. Let's take a look at the ingredients. This right here are the ingredients. Gonna be using a lot of turkey. These the two big ones are for what's gonna be inside the cake itself. This is gonna be for garnish. Then we have some cucumber for garnish. Also some tomatoes. I don't have them here. Some caviar. This is not something I like on my cake, but my brother puts it on his side. He also put some cheese on it and also some shrimps in brine. So I think the first thing we're gonna do is actually make the batter that goes inside. There's gonna be whipped cream on top. There's gonna be sour cream inside. There's gonna be mayo inside. And there's gonna be the turkey inside. You can use regular ham as well. That works just fine. It's just that I like the turkey better because it usually doesn't have any cartilage and stuff in it. And it's quite easy to just like cut away the sides of the actual meat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up some of this and we're gonna blend it together with that and that into a big ass bowl. Okay, this is how I like to do it. I like to painstakingly put all of the slices on top of each other, then actually cut away the skins, then it kind of looks like this, and then finally chop it before you mix it into the actual, I don't know, gravy or filling or whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other two ones, or one more at least. As you can see, the edges on this one is less rough, but these ones, as you can see, are very dark and they're very like, a smörgås cake needs to be kind of soft and juicy. You don't want there to be pieces of ham skin in there, if you know what I mean. It might look wasteful to cut all of that stuff away, but this is how could I call it, or what could I say? God, it's difficult as fuck to turn the camera. Sorry, guys. It's a holiday kind of a food. You only really eat this at very nice moments in life, maybe 2, 3, 4 times a year. So once you eat it, you want it to be expertly done, and therefore it's also extremely expensive. This homemade isn't too expensive, but if you want to buy like a piece for just one person at a restaurant in Sweden, most of the time it costs about $20 or maybe 15 euros for a single piece for a single person. That's usually the most expensive dish on the whole menu. And most restaurants don't even have it because it's so painstakingly hard to make, or it takes a long time at least. Okay, there we go. Got lots and lots of ham. I ended up using only 1.5 of the packages. Ooh, do I have a spoon somewhere? So now we need the mayo for the filling. And this kind of depends on your taste, how much you need. But for this much, I would say, yeah, okay, maybe not all that mayo. We're gonna do some taste testing first, I think. But then you just simply move this around. It makes a weird scrubby sound, or I don't know how to explain that. But basically just mix it finely. I'm sorry I hit the mic until it looks good and until it tastes good. Okay, this is kind of how it's supposed to look like. Let's have a little bit of taste test again. I just tasted it. Definitely the right amount of mayo, and I think might need a little bit more ham or just a little bit of salt, but I think we're pretty much done there. So we're gonna cut away all of the crust on the jättefranska, or basically the French toast or white bread that's gonna basically make up the cake of this cake, or the sandwich of this sandwich cake. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm kind of running out of time now because I'm gonna be live streaming soon, so I might skip a couple of things here. Hopefully I get time to do most of the stuff. The filling is perfect. It has a nice saltiness, smokiness, ham taste, and sweet and kind of sour, or mostly sour, thanks to the sour cream. The bread has been de-edged, I guess. I don't know a better way of saying that. Basically what I've done is I've taken one of my oven plates and put some of the... This is just the plastic wrap that the bread came in, and that's because I want it... yeah, it just feels more clean to me in my opinion. But you could use some cellophane wrap or some aluminium foil just to like cover it with, because it's gonna get sticky and it's gonna get messy as fuck to try to clean up later. So you're kind of making yourself a little bit of a favor. And what I like to do is to spread out the bread just to kind of make a shape of a cake. And you can kind of tell now that the edge is right there, the edge is right over here as well, so we might actually end up doing just a half here. But in this length, we have quite a lot more room. So we're gonna have 4 and then 2.5 wide. And then I think 2 or 3 stories, depending on how much. So basically I lay it down, the foundation, then I kind of try to mark out each of the corners and then put a little bit of the filling underneath, so the bread is not dry on the underneath side, so to say, that's touching the plate or the cellophane wrap or the plastic or the aluminium foil or whatever you use. And yeah, just make sure the entire cake is nice and moist and soft and yummy. Okay, so we got the first layer done. As you can see, there's some of the sauce here below, and now I started putting the sauce on top, and all you gotta do is just spread it out evenly until you get up on the top layer. And the very top layer is going to have whipped cream on it, but you still need a little bit of this to just make sure it's moist enough. So just make sure to always save a little bit of the filling for the absolutely top, otherwise that's gonna be a little bit dry as well, because the whipped cream doesn't really soak the bread as good as this filling does. Okay, there we go, this is how it should be looking. I also made sure to go about with a spoon here on the side, trying to scrape up some of the little stuff that kind of leaks between the layers, to make sure the edges are soft and moist as well. But as you can see, looking pretty good now. Now we just need some cream, and then we're gonna get some cucumbers and some ham on top of it. Yeah, baby. Okay, we got the whipped cream all whipped. We don't want it to be like super hard, not like normal cake. You want it to still kind of soak into the bread a little bit, so you don't want it super hard. As you can see, it does flow a little bit. It's not like you can hold it over your hand. And then we just need 1 click of mayo. I use about a tablespoon for this. And then just stir it around and put it on top of the cake. Okay, so my cream spreading skills aren't the best, but that's definitely good enough. Let's just get some garnishing. I'm gonna use, basically just cut the ham in half and then roll it up in nice little, like, cones, I guess. And I'm gonna use a cheese grater actually to get the cucumber into nice slices as well. And there you go, a finished smörgås cake. Obviously you can have a lot more stuff on it, and like I said, some fucking hell, whatever you like, tomatoes, eggs, fish rum, whatever the fuck you like. But oh, I gotta hand over the camera. But that's how I like to make my smörgås cake. As usual, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.